Well, tonight, Donald Trump defended the controversial strategy that has led him to becoming the likely Republican nominee for president.
He made the comments during an interview with the journalist he once called a lightweight. KCAL9 political reporter Dave Bryan has highlights of tonight's long-hyped interview with Megyn Kelly of Fox News. Dave?
And here's the background on this, okay? The two of them already had a private meeting some time ago at his building. This was a meeting that she requested, you know, to sort of put things back together. And then this interview tonight was the result, I think. This interview comes in the context of damaging recent reports about Trump's private conduct, especially with women. And he stood firm that he wouldn't have changed his approach to the presidential debates or campaign.
If I were soft, if I were, presidential, okay, presidential. In a way, it's a bad word because there's nothing wrong with being presidential. But if I would not have fought back the way I fought back, I don't think I would have been successful.
It was not exactly a love fest, but Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly's interview with Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump Tuesday night was a far cry from their first showdown last August 6th in Cleveland, when they clashed early and often.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs.
Only Rosie O'Donnell. I don't frankly have time for total political correctness. And honestly, Megyn, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me.
Certainly, I don't have a lot of respect for Megyn Kelly. She's a lightweight. You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes. Blood coming out of her wherever.
I thought it was a fair question. Why didn't you?
I thought it was unfair. First of all, I didn't think it was really a question. I thought it was more of a statement. That's the first question that I've ever been asked during a debate. And I'm saying to myself, man, what a question. And then, of course, then you have Brett doing his thing. So I'm saying to myself, I got 2 hours of this. I don't really blame you because you're doing your thing. But from my standpoint, I don't have to like it.
Afterward, you said you didn't feel that the moderators had been nice. But do you think it's the journalist's role to be nice to presidential candidates at a debate?
No, fair. I don't care if they're nice.
It's not a cocktail party.
Nonetheless, just because the conversation was toned down for the most part, it doesn't mean all the questions were softballs, including a question about Trump's name-calling debate tactics.
Don't worry about it, don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen, breathe,
Lion dead.
Breathe. You can do it.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Most American parents try to raise their kids to not bully, to not name call, to not tease, not taunt. How can they effectively bring that message when the frontrunner for the Republican nomination does all of those things?
Well, I do it really, I've been saying during this whole campaign that I'm a counterpuncher. You understand that. I'm responding. Now, I then respond times maybe 10. I don't know. I mean, I respond pretty strongly. But in just about all cases, I've been responding to what they did to me. So it's not a one-way street.
Trump closed the interview by describing in no uncertain terms how important winning the White House is for him.
If I don't go all the way and if I don't win, I will consider it to be a total and complete waste of time, energy, and money.
Now, Fox ran the interview on its television network rather than on the Fox News channel in the hopes of getting a bigger audience for the program, and that was probably just fine with Donald Trump and Megyn Kelly, for that matter.
Yeah, so Donald Trump's been under fire, well, a lot, but especially in the past few days. Do you think this interview does anything to help him or to change that?
I think it actually could have some impact. I really do. In some respects, it could be a game changer for Donald Trump. Timing can be everything in politics. And think about the recent reports we've seen on Trump's behavior, allegedly making weird phone calls to news organizations and allegedly disrespecting some women in his private behavior toward them. In this interview, Trump came across as calm, thoughtful, and relaxed. With whom? Megyn Kelly, who prior to this had been seen as the target for Trump's attacks. In some ways, his behavior toward her epitomizes his larger problem with women voters. If this interview begins to change that for him, it could turn out to be a lot more valuable for him than it was for Fox. And let me tell you, they probably made a ton of money on this as well, guys.
For sure. Okay, Dave.